Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with another reading for you. So this particular one focusing on your divine connection, what you need to know at this time. So whenever you are guided to tune in and watch this, hopefully there's something in the message that makes sense for you and helps you out. This will be focusing on those of you who are in separation, either in no contact or, maybe it's been a while since you've heard from this person. So let's go ahead and get into the messages and see what comes through. Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. All right, guys. First of all, happy Sagittarius season. Hopefully this is an amazing season for you. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what the current energies are, guys, between you and your person, your divine connection, and what you need to know right now. And just to reiterate, this is for those of you who are apart. So the current energies, I'll be starting off with my scenarios deck. For those who are new to my channel, this is a deck that I created and it's got upright and reversed interpretations, just like a tarot deck. So there's so many ways this could come through for the collective. So let's go ahead and start. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. All right, we're starting off with the dress. So the divine feminine, you're coming through already. Marriage minded, starting a family, planning a wedding. That could be a reality or was a reality for some of you. But again, we're focusing on those of you who are not together at this point in time. Okay, you guys could have talked about this, but maybe it just did not pan out. We'll see. All right, let's grab another card for Sagittarius here. I'm also getting divine feminine that maybe this masculine that you're thinking about for this reading, you really see them as marriage material. Now, take this if it makes sense. You could be thinking of a Capricorn here. It is in the upright. Loyal, smart, realistic, responsible. Once committed, it's forever. But, that could also be describing the person you're focused on. It doesn't have to be a Capricorn. So let's see. What else? What else for you, Sagittarius? All right. I have the Valentine coming forward, but there's another card that came through, which is the Candles card. So upright, romantic connection, an attractive lover, heartwarming bond, sensual lovers, red hot chemistry. Valentine's Day could be something that you guys really go all out, or it could just be extra romantic. Of course, it's a day of love and all that, but there's something that might stand out for you in particular. And we do have candles, romantic date, illuminated journey, candlelit memories, enlightenment. Okay, so maybe there's something about Valentine's Day, like a candlelit dinner or something very special where your person really went all out. Divine feminine, this could be your masculine. So far, I'm not really seeing a whole lot as far as challenging things. But obviously, again, we're focused on couples who are not together. This could also be focused on memories that you have about this person, that they were very romantic, that you guys really saw each other perhaps as marriage material. Could have been a very romantic person. They could have swept you off your feet. So let's go ahead and clarify this and see what could the potential challenges be, okay? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius. If I were to ask you, divine feminine, what I'm getting here is you really see or saw your masculine as the one for you. Like your search was over. You were completely smitten. You were in love, or still are in love, which is why you're drawn to this reading. Look at this. We do have the Magician. That is followed by the Queen of Swords. We also have the Hierophant. So a card of manifestation. But I have a feeling, divine feminine, There could have been some issues with your masculine as far as their level of commitment. Maybe they weren't interested in marriage. Maybe they just weren't ready to settle down. You guys could have been on very different pages. What it was that you wanted to manifest in your life just didn't pan out. That could have been part of the issue here. All right. So here we go. So we are seeing the Seven of Swords. Obviously, take that if this was your experience. If your masculine cheated on you, or there again could have been maybe like a third party scenario, betrayed your trust. So this was a challenge, I feel, Divine Feminine, as far as your masculine's level of commitment to you and the relationship. And once that came to light, I feel with the energy of the feminine coming in with that Queen of Swords vibe, you did not put up with it. You really saw your masculine as, again, the one person who really captured your heart, checked all the boxes, but they disappointed you, they hurt you, they broke your heart by not fully committing. That was a problem. So more than likely, you probably did detach. You needed space, distance apart from your person here. And I feel this especially for my feminines, because from the very beginning, we started off with this card, the dress, marriage-minded, starting a family, right? Planning a wedding. You saw this amazing future with your masculine and it just fell apart. You know, this might as well be tied into a tower moment right here. Wow, that wasn't an easy thing to go through. That is for sure. Two of Cups. Wow. Six of Swords. And then we've got the Eight of Cups. So what I'm feeling here, first and foremost, Divine Feminine, once you saw that your masculine was just on a very different page, just wasn't seeing things the way that you were, you know, the whole marriage situation, really wanting to live your life with your masculine. I feel once that happened and you were able to get clarity on where they were, you decided to just move on. As painful as that might have been, you walked away from your masculine. It could have as well, for some of you, been a masculine that walked away from it because commitment scared them. You know, they might have decided to pursue other connections where it wasn't so focused on commitment and longevity and long-term commitment or marriage. Maybe that's just not what they were looking for at the time. So maybe they decided to walk away from it. It depends on how this played out, you know. And we've got the Ace of Swords. So what I'm feeling here, Divine Feminine, is your masculine didn't really get it until after you cut them out of your life. That is when that aha moment actually came through for them. And now there's this vibe that I'm picking up that, again, you guys are in separation, more than likely no contact. I'm feeling ultimately, because of this clarity, we might have a masculine that decides to reach out to you. Even if you end up rejecting them, even if you've ghosted them, I feel this is a masculine who will find a way to reach you some way, somehow. They're willing to take that chance, even if you end up just slamming the door in their face. Because this is something that they feel the need to do for their own peace of mind. It's something that they need to follow through with because they know that they didn't follow through before. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some words here. Let's take a look and see, what do they want to say to you, Sagittarius? You could also relate to the words coming through here for yourself and what you want to say to your person. So what does this conversation look like? Well, this kind of sums it up. Please come back to me. They don't want to be in separation. They know that they messed up. Look at this. You are my destiny. I wish I knew this when we were together. You see? There's the clarity, guys. I'm telling you. It's like, oh, crap. Why didn't I see that when we were together? So this is, I feel, a masculine who now recognizes the error of their ways. But is it, is it too late to fix it? Bottom of the deck. I miss waking up next to you every morning. Maybe at this point they're single, maybe whatever situation they might have been in when you guys broke up, especially if it was to be with somebody else, could have just been surface level, could have just been a physical connection with that individual. But there was real substance here between the two of you, and they miss your presence. They miss having you in their life, and these words really is painting a very particular energy here, an image where they're not doing well. They're not in a very good headspace. Their heart hurts because you're not there. So I'm just feeling that it's a struggle for them. All right, so let's clarify these words. I'll be using my volume 2 of my Illuminated Star Tarot, which is pretty much the exact tarot deck as I used initially, but the difference is this one has reversed interpretations. So we might see some similar images and messages. We'll see. Oh yeah, look at that. There it is again. So this contributed to the breakup. It really did. This is how they ruined the partnership. And as you can see with this, boy, are they struggling. They struggle, especially at night. 9 of Swords reminds me of that nighttime vibe. They're lonely. They're feeling alone. They're alone with their thoughts, knowing that they made a mistake, feeling hopeless. They're not sure, honestly, if they can fix things here. I miss waking up next to you every morning. And so this is a masculine who might be staring up at the ceiling with their own thoughts, just wondering, is this even a fixable situation? Because ultimately, this is what they want. They want a new opportunity, a second chance to prove themselves, to fight their way back into your life if you will have them. This is their comeuppance right here. This weighs very heavily on their heart. Really does. And look at this. We've got the 6 of Swords. Okay, coming through again. So obviously, Divine Feminine, take it if it makes sense, if you really have moved on. Once you found out, if this is your storyline, that your masculine cheated, that you couldn't trust them, you moved on. You left this all behind. It's like, if you want to be with somebody else, I'll go for it. I'll let you be. But I'm moving on with my life. And some of you might have found love elsewhere. For some of you, maybe this happened a long time ago. Sure, you think about each other. It was very special at one point in time. But I do feel we have a masculine here who just did not see how special it actually was, as special as it was. They knew it was something that stood out, but they just did not fully understand the value of what you brought into their life. I feel they'll reach out though. It's going to happen more than likely, Divine Feminine, when you're not even thinking about it. You just kind of released it. You let it go, as you should. And that's their burden to carry, It's going to come when they really feel they're ready to reach out. once they've fully worked on themselves and really released this heaviness that they're carrying. Because there's a lot there that they're trying to process. But I'm just ultimately getting from the masculine, they're not ready to give up on this. Even if you've given up, or not necessarily given up, if you've walked away from it and you've just really moved on, they're willing to fight for this. At the end of the day, you worked very hard to get here. Maybe it's still a process for you to be able to find happiness in the direction, in the path that you're now walking, and you're not with your person. You could still have so much love in your heart for them, even though they hurt you. But I feel you are able to find the strength to love yourself more, to do the right thing for you. And so I am getting that this is a person who has so many regrets. Here's movement right here with the Chariot. I feel for you, the viewer, especially my feminines, this is life handing you this very special gift to be able to overcome such a difficult experience with your masculine. But I can tell you, they will resurface. They think of you often. They have so many regrets. They want nothing more than to have you back. Whether or not that happens is totally up to you. This always reminds me, an opening conversation is an apology. Those two simple words, I'm sorry, could be so healing. For some of you, maybe that's all you need to be able to finally completely close that door and just move on. For others, that could be what you need in order to be more open to the possibility of trying again. You know, it's your life, it's your connection, and it is up to you to be able to choose how you handle it. All right, guys, so that is what I have. If you are interested in your own reading, that information is down below in the description box. I will provide the links to all of the decks featured here. And a quick update, we are now doing live streams every Wednesday and Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, unless we announce differently. So it'll be myself and my daughter Cameron, who is my moderator. So I'm actually recording this on a Saturday. We will have our next one tomorrow, which will be the 23rd. So if you can join us for that, if I'm fortunate enough to be able to post these readings this evening, which is Saturday evening, the 22nd, then of course you guys will know about it, or maybe you already do if you've seen my announcement on my community tab. If you also don't already follow me on Instagram, I am The Celestial Forecast by Carrie on there. I do a lot of announcements and like mini readings over there as well. So would love your support, as well as following my YouTube channel if you don't already do so. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much. I hope this reading found some guidance that you needed at this point in time that's helpful. All right, guys, take care. I'll catch you next time.